This is Jeff, my ex-colleague, and recently he just got his tour guide license. So be his first customer to show me around Singapore. And now we are at Terminal 1. We are trying to simulate like as a guest arrival to Singapore, and then Jeff straight away will pick you up and show you around Singapore.
Cool. Yeah.
So let me pass the mic to Jeff, and then he will guide me now.
My name is Jeff, and I've been a very recent guide coming from graduated from Singapore Tourism Board. So now we are at Terminal 1, and later we'll be going towards the Vortex, which is within Jewel, the latest edition of Changi Airport. So in Changi Airport, we actually have 4 terminals, and this is linked directly to Terminal 1. Behind me is the 40 meters tall Vortex man-made waterfall. This whole building, this jewel, is being designed by Moshe Savdi, who is also the architect that designed Marina Bay Sands. So currently this waterfall has preceded Singapore's tallest man-made waterfall with Jurong Bird Park. So in this jewel, what you can see is there's actually 280 boutique stores with 30% allocated for F&B. So when you have time, either arrival or departure from Singapore, to and from Singapore, please allocate some time, to be here and enjoy. So this is the morning view. If you're departing or arriving in the night, there is a light show that will occur hourly. Yeah. So do come here as one of the attractions, and you will definitely enjoy it. We will leave Changi Airport and we'll go towards the city center. So along the way, we will pass by East Coast Park, which we will be able to see the east shoreline of Singapore. And we'll stop by at this location called Katong District, where we will taste one of the famous dish known as the Nonya Katong Laksa. We'll head on down to the original store, which is less featured in Singapore. But I find that this is one of the nicer laksas in Singapore. Then subsequently, we will drive through the Civic District and arrive at where Sir Stamford Raffles have landed and have a look of Singapore River. That's all before check-in. So depending on the timing that we have, we might also we will have lunch at a hawker center. It could be Maxwell or Amoy Street. Later we'll update during the journey.
Jeff can really customize the trip, so that for me, I really don't know what to do because I live in Singapore. So I just told Jeff that just plan some things that as a first timer to visit Singapore. So it's very customized. So he actually planned something like to show me Singapore culture, food, places, and then because he's driving, so he really can drive us around to the different places in a short time. And then we are in this expressway called PIE.
Yeah, correct.
And then this is the most beautiful expressway that I like the most, which is that it has a very beautiful rain tree along the way, and then also there's a flower, it's called bunga kertas, or paper flower or something like that. And in the hot season, and the flower blooms up very beautiful.
We'll be traveling down East Coast Park. In fact, later we will see a portion of this 15 kilometers stretch of coastal lines, and you will see, if you don't stay in a tropical or near seashore line, this is basically a park where Singaporeans generally like to come during school holidays and weekends to actually pitch tents, have their barbecues, do cycling, like what Jim has mentioned, jogging, even playing games of frisbees. So it's really beautiful, and I will strongly recommend, if you have the time, do come here and soak your feet in the sea water. Now you can see, the beach, the shoreline, and you will see actually there's a lot of tankers around the place. And one of the main reasons is they're actually doing their anchorage here, waiting either to receive any jobs or getting their refill. So now we'll turn out a little bit, and we'll show you more of the shoreline later. We actually have parked in one of the car parks. Behind me is actually the East Coast Food Village, Food Lagoon, where you can actually taste some of the hawker food such as satay, satay bihun, They also have like barbecued stingrays, seafoods. So after a long day, or they usually opens in the late evenings. So recommend to come here during late afternoon. Do your cycling, jogging, enjoying the beach, and then have your dinner here before you head back. So yeah, you can have a look at the beautiful white sand, sandy beaches. Over here, what you can do is you can enjoy the sea breeze, look at the oil tankers anchoring along the sea. If you are lucky enough, there are sightings of sea turtles actually laying their eggs here. And on a daily basis, if you are you like fishing, you can actually come here, over the jetties, you can cast your bait and do fishing. So yeah, it's a wonderful place to actually spend time in Singapore.
Is that the law about fishing that like the sites or like certain fish you have to release?
Okay, so I mean, along the shorelines, you are free to fish. Just beware of certain areas where there will be signages to say that do not fish. Mainly, this is for safety purposes, because when you're casting a rod, you might not take notice of the people around you. Sea lions are fine, but do not fish in our reservoirs, especially along Singapore River. What is best way to learn to visit a new country and know their culture is actually by having their food. So what we're having now here is actually the laksa. This laksa is the nonya type, where you can see there's short strains of noodles. These are rice noodles, thick rice noodles, known as bihun, thick bihun. And what happens is, in Singapore, there are many stores that sells laksa, but this laksa, the unique thing is to only eat with a spoon, and they actually have more than 50 years of traditional cooking, serving the best Nonya laksa. This store is within Roxy Square. This is a lesser known or less popular store, which is part of my hidden list.
Yeah, I don't even know this store because actually people go to the
328 Laksa, which is across the road. Maybe later we'll just take a quick glimpse.
Let's try. Let's give it a try.
So you can mix the chili in if you like it spicy. Mix it with the broth. And if you don't eat cockles, just tell the store owners not to put in cockles. Yeah.
It's very
Good.
lemak,
Yeah.
which is the fattening from the
Coconut
milk.
It's a shrimp paste based soup. So yeah, if those you can try.
You can taste. I can taste it. So
The shrimps.
come over here. I think you might like it.
Yep. This is Kim Chu Kwai Chung. On the first level, they still sell all the Peranakan cakes and desserts. But on the second level, they have actually now can see the artifacts of what you will usually see in a Peranakan household. So like these are porcelain urns, which are known as kamcheng, which is very important because in the past, they will store water, food, and each family will actually have their own big ones, to store this. So during their weddings, they will actually place in the ginger soup with rice glutinous balls, and visit those relatives and friends who they want to invite to their wedding, and actually present them with a bowl to eat. So yes, for the Peranakans, they actually heads to China to actually make, specifically make these porcelain bowls and urns. And usually they will have their own surname inscripted within as a design. Yeah. So this over here actually is a day bed. It's usually a smaller bed compared in a bridal room. This is usually either for the nanny or for the child to rest. Yeah. So as you can see, these ornaments. Yeah. So over here, they will actually place herbs and fragrance inside, to keep the room nice. And so as you can see, one small little thing. Do you see a cock or rooster over here? So it was said that on the last day or the 7th night of their wedding, 12th day, the 12th night of the wedding, what they will do is they will put rice grains underneath the bed and release a hen and a rooster. And whoever comes out from the bed first will likely be the gender of the child. So if a rooster come out, it will be a boy, and if a hen come out, it will be a girl. One of the very famous jam, coconut jam, is actually the Nonyang Pandang Kaya. This is known as kaya. It's made from coconut and pandanus leaf. So that gives the green tint. And based on what I know, the creation of the kaya came from Hainanese chef. When they were here, Hainanese mainly were chefs for the British. And when they were on board, they need to prepare jams for the Navy soldiers. So to get a local available ingredients, they actually found that, oh, there's a lot of coconuts within the Southeast Asia region. And this was actually a creation from them. So what happens is they will simmer the coconut, grape milk and kaya sugar. Usually they use palm sugar, and then until a very thick paste is formed. So you can try it, it's very nice. Behind me, this majestic building, currently now it's our National Gallery. It's formed by two buildings. And on the right, where you see a green dome, yes, that's our old Supreme Court. So currently now it has been repurposed and form our National Gallery, where they show artworks of Southeast Asian, and there's also a number of various exhibitions. So do come down and have a look. On this field, on this green field, this is called Padang. Okay, Padang is a Malay word for plain field. So in the past, during the colonial period, horse racing, soccer, all sports, even cricket is being played. Over here, what you will see is the majestic building behind is Fullerton Hotel. It used to be Singapore's first post office on the ground level. And why we are featuring this part is because this is actually the mouth of Singapore River. And the Malayan used to be placed here, overseeing the entrance of Singapore River. And now, we will walk towards where the new Malayan Park is. We are now actually in Malayan Park. Behind, you will see this strange looking creature. It's actually 1 year older than Singapore. It was created in 1964, while Singapore gained full self-independence in 1965. Alright. Okay, so what we have here, we're actually at one of the stores called Yakun. This is a very I would say very traditional, or I would say very common breakfast set that we'll have. What you have is either a cup of coffee. Mine is black coffee. Jim's is coffee with milk. 2 soft-boiled eggs, so they're all still runny. The yolks are runny. And then we'll have toast. And what's so unique about the toast is, okay, the jam that's spread is the one that we saw just now at Kim Chu, which is kaya. And usually this has a wedge of butter. The butter has already melted because the toast, yeah, it's very hot, so it's toasted. So one very unique thing about our coffee in Singapore, or even the Southeast Asia region, is the beans that we use are the Robusta beans, which has a higher caffeine compared to Arabica type, and it doesn't have that acidic note at the end. So our coffees are stronger, keep you awake longer, but yet without the soury taste. So some people that doesn't like the Arabican type of coffee that can be found mainly in the western part of the world, you can come and try it and you might like it, because these beans can be easily found in Sumatra. Our way of eating the soft-boiled egg is actually to pour a little bit of the dark soya sauce. Okay, you drizzle a little bit, and then with the white pepper. Okay, and then you mix it, break it up and mix it. Yeah, just like that. So you can slurp it directly, or you can actually take a toast and dip it and then you eat it. We are now here actually at Marina Barrage. Okay, this is at the rooftop where you can see the field, where people can have picnics here, fly kites, yeah, and rest. So what is this barrage about? Initially, this area is actually a saltwater, a sea area. And after the cleaning up of Singapore River, our late Mr. Lee Kuan Yew actually gave our Public Utility Board, PUB, a task to see if they can transform this canal, this river, into fresh water. So what they did was within 20 years, after 1987, they spent 20 years to think through and actually set up a dam separating the salt water and the fresh water. And over here on the second level, there is a sustainable gallery where you can see how this came about, what are the works, what are the magics behind it, as well as the efforts on recyclability that we are doing here. So behind, Marina Barrage is actually very near to Gardens by the Bay. You can actually follow the pathway and walk. It's just about 10 minutes away from it. Now we are at the second level of Marina Barrage, where you will see there's a Sustainable Singapore gallery, where inside the gallery, you will learn about how Singapore, we are reducing, recycling and reducing our waste, and what are the efforts that's done behind. The unique part of within here, the Marina Barrage, where how do we dam it up and ensuring that this 15th reservoir has fresh water and not be mixed with the salt water that's along the streets of Singapore. So every hourly, except 12 to 1, they have a guided tour where you can register at first level. And however, they are closed on Tuesdays. So any other time when you are here in Singapore, do sign up for a walk tour and enjoy the exhibition.
And it's free!
And it's free. Now we are at Maxwell Food Centre. In Singapore, there's actually 114 food centres, and this is one of it. And this actually houses the famous Tian Tian chicken rice, where the famous Gordon Ramsay actually have a challenge with this store, and they actually won Gordon Ramsay on the food challenge. So this is the famous Tian Tian Hainanese chicken rice. So over here, the condiments they only serve with the garlic chili, but in some other stores they will have the dark sweet soya sauce as well. So as you can see, the chicken rice is actually braised, it's poached and dipped with ice bar, so that it actually forms, the fat is being dissolved, and then when it cools, it solidifies into a jelly, which is what is very famous for the Hainanese chicken rice. So in Singapore, how you should eat it is you should taste a bite, just the rice itself, and you can smell the aroma. So the rice is cooked with the chicken broth. They add spices, ginger, pandan leaf. So by itself, it's a jasmine fragrant rice. So with all these ingredients, it's actually very flavorful. And the next bite you can have, or you should try if you can take spice, is to eat with the chili sauce. And then lastly, together with the chicken. So that way actually, you can taste the various taste profile. And yeah, you should come and try it.
This is the end of the tour by Jeff, my friends, and then very informative. Even though I live in Singapore, that I did not know that so many things that I missed up, and a lot of things that I think best thing to follow a guide, which is that professional guide that really will tell you more information that even those that you go by yourself or the self guide, you will not know about this.
You might miss out certain parts.
Yeah, a lot of parts I really learned a lot. That even those that when the way that we walk to St. Andrew Church, I did not know that it can be so beautiful inside, and I did not know that the free guide, there's many places that they offer free guide tour, and then how I say, it's a completely different experience. That backpack, there's a great way to have a backpack, but today what I did with Jeff is a perfect way, which is that we started our tour around 9 a.m. and then what is the time now?
Now it's about 3:30.
So,
3:30.
So it's the perfect time that you will have your light bike while we are going to the Marina Barrage, and then we end the lunch here, and then 3 p.m. you can go to check into your hotel. So it's a very good way, and if you really like the tour, of course I will share the information how to contact Jeff, and we'll have a you can contact him if you need a tour, and it's really different compared that you self-guide by yourself. Yeah. Thank you, Jeff. Thanks for everything.
Thank you.
And the perfect thing that to have Jeff, that because that he drives with his own car, then you can just go anywhere that comfortably, and then without worry about the traffic or to get taxi. Yep. Okay, bye now.
Bye.